Let's talk football seriously now. Let's talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. Let us talk about Bruno Fernandes. Let us talk about Portugal. Let us talk about every single thing we have heard about Portugal and Ronaldo in the last 24 hours. Before I continue, please, if you're not interested in serious analysis or talking football seriously, if you're here for banter, jokes, or anything, please don't waste your time watching this video. Kindly do yourself the favor of scrolling right now. Please scroll. So in the last 24 hours, I've heard a lot. From Thierry Henry coming out and implying that, Ronaldo is somehow playing for himself in a way, and not playing for the Portuguese team by that chance he took, where Bruno could have had a shot if he let it. That was there. And then I've seen so many other analysts and pundits come out and say Ronaldo is hindering the success of Portugal. Ronaldo, if he loves Portugal, he should sit on the bench. Ronaldo should take the backstage. And many of the things have been about Ronaldo. I've also heard a lot of Ronaldo fans and a lot of people say Bruno is the problem. This and that. Bruno this. I've heard João Cancelo is the problem. So many other things. All I have to say first of all is this. Roberto Martinez struggled with Portugal. Roberto Martinez, this Portuguese job that he has right now is the best job he can have in the world. That you coach nonsense, absolute nonsense, that you are an international fraud as a manager. And all the blame, everything goes to Ronaldo, everything goes to Bruno, everything goes to one person or the other. You never get the blame. I've not heard one person talk about Roberto Martinez and his horrible, horrible tactics. I've been saying it since last year, that this guy has no pedigree. He has nothing on his CV to warrant coaching a club as good as Portugal right now. I've been saying this for a very, very long time. I don't know the jazz. Who is your jazz man? Come and tell me your jazz man. You are using jazz. This year has to be jazz. That you have found a way to be rubbish. And nobody blames you for being rubbish at all. They blame every single other person. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I do not believe that Ronaldo is the problem. He might be part of the problem, but singling out Ronaldo, because that's what has happened. Singling out Ronaldo and saying he's just the problem of the Portuguese squad, bench him. Why I will not jump on that bandwagon is because 2022, I was part of the people saying bench Ronaldo, bench Ronaldo. They benched him. They still knocked them out. If it was a thing in that game that Ronaldo had chances to score goals and he didn't score, he did not have a single chance. The chance that he had were half chances. Let us analyze things seriously here. They were half chances. You have a midfield of Bruno, Vitinha, and João Neves that are all in their prime. They're in conversation for best midfielder in the world. 3 of them, they could not create a single chance. Let us for a second just take out the name Ronaldo as the striker and put any other random striker's name. You watch that game, Portugal versus DR Congo. Will you be blaming the striker for that game? Let us just be very honest here. Let us be frank with ourselves here. Now, moving to Bruno Fernandes. Putting all the blame for Bruno Fernandes makes no sense to me because it is on the coach. He has coached this team. You notice that in the first period of the game from Portugal, they were playing better, they were more expansive, but as soon as they scored, they calmed down. That is the mentality, what's his name? This guy has put in them. Roberto Martinez had the golden generation of Belgium. Lukaku, De Bruyne, what's his name? Trossard, what's his name? Hazard. All these guys. What did they achieve with them? 3rd place was the best team leader at the World Cup. And that 3rd place was from individual brilliance. He never ever coached that team in a good manner. They never played football. Good football is a lie. Bruno will be in between the lines of a number 10, where he has his most impact. In the final third, they don't find him for passes. You as a coach are supposed to find a way to make Bruno the main crosser of the ball. Bruno on the right or even on the left, and then Nuno Mendes. Play quick football. It's not the same thing in PSG. PSG don't play with a number 10. They play a different system. So this turn that Vitinha will be on the ball, turning 1 million times. João Neves will waste time too. It cannot work. Cross the ball. I ask again, how many chances were created? All this whole agenda that Bruno doesn't like Ronaldo or something is a lie. You saw this guy, what he did in Manchester United, how he was finding assists, how he was finding passes. Instruct these players. It is your job as a manager. Portugal cannot defend set pieces. Portugal don't have a good defensive coaching. This is DR Congo, for crying out loud. Yes, they're a good team. Yes, they'll sit back. But you have the tools to pin this team back internally. Because you have players that can play under pressure. All your players are good in possession. You are blessed with an extremely technical team. Your fullbacks are the most technical fullbacks. You have João Cancelo, somebody that can move play as a midfielder or a forward. You have Nuno Mendes, one of the most technical left backs, let us say, in the world right now. So what are your excuses for not succeeding? But he has found a way that they blame Bruno, they blame Ronaldo, they blame Bernardo Silva. Why didn't I hear his name in all this catastrophe? Bernardo Silva was an absolute disgrace. one of Portugal's senior players, and one of their best players over the last 10 to, 7 years or so. He was hooked. He was substituted after the first half. And it was from this man's horrible decision. Because how can you have a winger like Conceição that can cause troubles in attack, your best winger, and you're benching him for Bernardo Silva? That if this coach had sense, he knows that Bernardo Silva in the last 4 or 5 years has turned to a midfielder in Manchester City. He helped Pep Guardiola hold possession and recycle possession. But they don't speak about all that. Because the media has a narrative that they will feed you. They know, put Bruno's name forward, put Ronaldo's name forward, you get clicks. It's as simple as ABC. I'm very, very surprised and disappointed in many pundits, I will not lie, that we can come and be talking about football like simple things. If us football fans come to banter, talk about this, talk about that, fine. But you as an analyst, you are meant to, that they pay you to do punditry on football. You are meant to sit down and talk about what happened in the game. You look at one moment that Bruno just did a backward pass, that okay, Ronaldo had 1-1-2 and Ronaldo pulled out the centre back and Bruno should have passed forward. You look at that one moment in isolation and say, this is the problem with Bruno. So you choose to believe one incident over 100 good things somebody has done? Or you look at that moment that Ronaldo could have left the ball, which he should have left the ball for Bruno, and you come and say that is why he's the problem. Does that make any sense to you? If this match was played and this midfielders make a pass and Ronaldo does not make a run, or they made a cross and Ronaldo wastes their chances and he misses like 3 big chances, very good, fine. If you had a manager that knew what he was doing and had sense, Joao Felix is the best player for that left wing. If he was watching what was happening in Al Nassr, Joao Felix has been better than Rafael Leao, has been better than Neto, has been better than all these guys this season. He won the player of the season in the Saudi Pro League, and the level of Saudi Pro League football is very, very good. So why is he not starting on the left wing? These are the questions you ask. Joao Felix is somebody too that can drift into that left-hand side of that number 10, and Bruno can find spaces to go and make crosses. But you have a manager that will coach nonsense, and he knows that he will not take a single blame, so he can be coaching his nonsense and be going. The first thing that has to be built in this Portuguese squad is chemistry. They need to know how to be together, first of all. That is the first and most important thing. They don't have that chemistry. They don't sacrifice for each other. They are not there. And that is what you are supposed to do first as an international manager. When France started getting better, it was when they started, becoming friends and stuff like that. Argentina had the same thing. Spain, when they had their best time, it was when they were full of many Barcelona players that were at their prime. Iniesta, Xavi, Xabi Alonso too was in there. You go to the front line, you have David Villa, all these guys, they were there too. Defense, the same thing. They had camaraderie. They were together. Portugal lacks that. It is good to be on paper, very, very good, but you have to have that chemistry. So all this one that I'm seeing people even go to the extent of wishing Bruno death is embarrassing. People will go to Joao Neves' comments and be dropping comments. Is wrong. All these things you are doing is reducing the chances of Portugal winning anything. Yes, because this whole media thing, you are coming together and bam, 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 bam. It is not helping Portugal. You are tearing them further apart. You are tearing them apart. You are playing Uzbekistan soon. It's not an easy game. Before you think it's one start padding game. Portugal will be serious. I watched Uzbekistan versus Colombia. Forget that game ended 3-1. Uzbekistan suffered that thing. And if you don't approach every game with the level of seriousness that is necessary, did you feel at any game that Portugal was serious to beat, and at any point in that game versus DR Congo, that Portugal was ready to beat Congo? Did not feel that. I didn't feel that pressure of a team going. I did not feel that. These are the issues. Where is the sense of urgency in the team? What has the manager coached? You ask these questions and don't just jump into simple conclusions. It's too simplistic of a way to just say Ronaldo is the problem. Come on, man. We did this 4 years ago. We're doing it 4 years now. And for you, Bruno, Joao Neves, Joao Cancelo, all of you are in your prime. Vitinha, step up. When this man was your age, in his prime, I know what he was doing for Portugal. I know how he changed the history of Portuguese football. So he does deserve that credit. He does deserve that respect from you. Your football was not where it was when this man came. And he took you to another level. Won your first ever big international trophy.